Achievement!
I have finished Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I am now able to say Dungeon Crawler Carl because I couldn't do that for a while. I read Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman by way of audiobook narrated by Jeff Hayes and Sound Booth Theater. I have to say, I am really glad I went with the audiobook option. I have been burned by some pretty popular books. And as a writer, sometimes it's depressing because you read these things and you're like, what? Why not me? So I avoid that for that reason, even beyond as a reader, because sometimes it just can kind of set off this wave of bitterness. So instead of that, something really wonderful happened with this book where I get to be happy for a fellow self-published author who found his audience and really took off, and then I got picked up and traditionally published, and it's amazing and it's inspiring, and I'm glad it happened to a book that, at least based on this first installment, I really feel like, you know what, you did a great job balancing the comedy, the character, the sci-fi concepts, and handling the lit RPG aspect, which I never have really been able to quite wrap my mind around. They're doing action figures of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and he looked pretty hot. And I will admit fully that that was part of why I'm reading this book. But I was just sort of intrigued, and I was really pleasantly surprised because one of the things that sort of scared me about this was the comedic element. I love lots of different kinds of comedies. I tend to go maybe a little more towards black comedy or a really sort of stupid, witty comedy, you know, that thing that kind of combines both, but I like a pretty broad variety. But when something's not funny and it's trying to be funny, I just find it sort of hard to get through. But I'm happy to say there were a lot more hits than misses. I think the sort of comedic style on the scale of Family Guy to Rick and Morty falls about here. But what really pleasantly surprised me, beyond just enjoying the humor for the most part, was the series is an actual book. And I don't mean to insult, the concept of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I just was a little worried, honestly, how it would work as an actual piece of narrative. But it's smart. It's good. It's thoughtful. It treats the characters realistically, including the talking cats and various other strange creatures that we meet in the dungeon or who come along with us. The way the dungeon unfolds and what it means for Earth and its populace and the characters is a lot, and really actually dealt with in an interesting way that makes the book feel so much more human and interesting to me.